Wednesday for me was always the big improvement day in college football. Tuesday you were practicing, but a lot of that was, guys are sore. You're not really in the groove. You're just starting up. Wednesday, go. Thursday, you're already kind of throttling down for the weekend, right? Thursday, you might be working third downs. You might be working red zone. Friday's a walkthrough. Saturday's a game. So Wednesday was the day where, to me, the most improvement could happen. So it got me thinking, what does State need to do today on a Wednesday to emphasize the things that will make the Western Carolina start, because it wasn't a good start first half, look like an anomaly? That'll make Tennessee go, all right, we're not facing the same team we just watched on film all week. Because I'll tell you right now, Tennessee is watching that Western Carolina game film over and over and over again and going, all right, we don't want to take them lightly, but there's some things on there that we feel like we could take advantage of. Starting fast is if I were a coach, and Dennis, maybe you can talk about this a bit more because you've actually done the college coaching thing. Starting fast to me would be the one thing that would frustrate the heck out of me as a coach. Because if, State can talk about how they didn't run the ball well. And it's like, all right, well, I can work with my offensive line on being assignment-based better, right? I can work with my running back on not being as patient, being more patient, one-cut running. I can work with my play caller on, all right, let's make sure we're setting our guys up for success. But when your team is just like a slow starter, I don't know how you coach that out of them other than you gotta rile them up. Maybe you just need a good speech, right? You just need a good pregame speech to get them fired up. But it is a matter of fact that the team that played in the first half of the NC State Western Carolina game and the team that played in the fourth quarter, I'm talking NC State on both sides, was not the same football team. And if they played like they played in the fourth and the first half, we wouldn't be concerned. We wouldn't be talking about fixing things. We'd be talking about riding momentum and carrying it on. So if there's a way in practice to somehow work on starting fast, do it. I don't know if it's like, hey, first period of practice, we're going to stretch, and then we're going to go do 4 plays, ones-on-ones, just to show that you can't ease your way into it. And then there's the Grayson McCall element of it. Again, Pack Therapy Podcast will drop tomorrow, be released tomorrow. But I asked Mike Glennon, hey, this will be a little preview of the pod. I said, hey, Grayson McCall, if you're the NC State quarterback coach, what is your piece of advice? And he said, let it rip. If I am the NC State coaching staff today on a Wednesday, getting them ready for Tennessee, the thing that I am doing is calling ridiculously fun pass plays all day today in practice. I'm calling deep posts. I'm calling 4 verts. I'm calling wheel routes. I'm calling play action deep balls. I'm calling out and ups. I'm calling all of it, post corners. I want Grayson McCall to remember how fun it is to cut it loose. Now, we don't know what's going on in a player's head, but we all have experience, watching players and body language, and you can kind of infer on some things. Grayson McCall seemed a bit timid at times in that first game, which, by the way, he would not be the first person on the planet to get a little timid when they have all the expectations of a program put on their shoulders and it's their first game for that program, and they didn't play at the last part of last year due to a concussion. So there was a lot of rust and nerves to knock off, but I need him to get back to see it and throw it. I need him to get back to see it and throw it. So, I mean, if we want to go full Disney movie,
go on.
Every time there's the Disney movie, there's the one part, it's 3/4 of the way through the movie. The team has been through battles together, and then there's the moment that they remember it's all about fun, right? Mm-hmm. Think of it as, I'll use the movie Miracle. it's around Christmas and they start playing football out in like the snow.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those things where they're just like, oh yeah, we're guys that really love competing, even though all of those practices and all those blue line sprints were awful. Hey, this is fun. Invincible. Remember the movie with Mark Wahlberg?
Oh yeah.
There's the movie the part of the movie, spoiler alert, where he is on the Eagles, yet he goes to help his buddies from the bar out at the pickup game in the pouring rain, and he plays just to like remind himself how fun it is. There's a great scene in Ted Lasso. Again, it happens in the movies and in the TV shows. Like, I want Grayson McCall to have a smaller version of that. I'm giving him like 10 minutes of team on team. It could be against scouts, could be against the ones, and I'm calling deep balls, and I'm saying, sling it, man. You're a quarterback. That's why you're here. You're going to be going up against, and I practiced saying this name, Nico Told you it was going to happen. Iamaleava. There you go.
Iamaleava?
Iamaleava. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
Tennessee quarterback. He's a young guy with all of the energy, all of the buzz, and he is going to go out there like a redshirt freshman starting a game, which is he doesn't even know what he doesn't know yet, right? He's out there slinging it because he thinks every year we're going to be in the top 15. And who knows? This isn't hard. We just beat Chattanooga by 1 billion. Grayson has to match that energy a bit. Accuracy, sure, but I think that'll come. He's an accurate quarterback. Like, I'm not going to change his throwing motion now.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, bully.
Do your thing.
I use this term. I don't even know where I heard it. The person who wins a fight is oftentimes the person who wants to be in the fight the most.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in, like, Tennessee has really, really good play in the trenches. They're good offensive front. They're good defensive front. If you're NC State, you just have to want to be in the fight more. Yeah, you have to have your defensive line want to bully the offensive line. And it's the George Kittle mic'd up thing where you guys get tangled up and you throw each other to the ground and the other guy's like, and talking trash, and he's laughing because he's just having the best time of his life because he loves being in those situations. I think that's where NC State's defense has to get mentally. Tennessee has some flash, but they win in the trenches when they win.